So what windows in here?
Yes.
It's really hard.
So, Chris and Ken, do you know each other?
And what's nice, we had pews when we bought this place, and we too.
There you go.
Because this gives us so much more flexibility.
Yeah, you can do
You can make a circle like you just
It's
experienced.
wonderful. I've always come to church to sit.
Yeah.
That was
No,
beautiful.
the circle's so much better,
Oh,
isn't
it's
it?
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we can, once the floor is done,
How'd you like it?
Oh, awesome. You've brought so many wonderful things.
I know.
It
I've
was
been
you,
through.
not these things.
Yeah. Thank
What
you.
you were doing here was very, very awesome.
Good.
And the wind chimes were like the best.
Weren't they just so gentle? They're from the Pyrenees. The Pyrenees. They're yeah.
I love wind chimes, so that was really good.
Oh, good. Well, come back, please. Yeah. What do you think?
I love it.
I do too. It's very contemporary.
You know when I'm more grown, I never realized the top, the very top of it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the circle of the roof. Very, very much. They did a beautiful job
Yeah, they did a beautiful job.
of all the things, you know, that they only did.
Very nice to meet you.
It's nice.
Downstairs,
So
there's
I don't
two.
have to wear my thing, so I have my shots, you know? So I saw there was a thing downstairs. It's okay, they trust me.
Yeah, well, you should show that, but we do trust you, but but you have a choice of wearing it or not, because that's what San Francisco allows us, that choice.
Do they? I thought they didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
That's wonderful.
Because we eat downstairs, and so you take it off when you eat, and and yeah. So it's very nice to meet you. Is this your first time here? Oh, well, welcome.
Very first.
Very welcome. Have you been to a Unity church before? Oh, good.
I love it. Well, in Fresno, and in Pennsylvania, and Erie, and Girard, Ohio.
Oh, wow. So
I
you're a
tried
New Thought girl. Yeah.
So my daughter lives in San Francisco, my grandson, and so I just had sold my property in Pennsylvania, so I will be here a lot, so I wanted to find a home.
Beautiful,
So this is wonderful.
beautiful. Yeah, I do a sound every
Feel good since I walked in.
10:15 every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Every
I might not be
Sunday.
able to make every Sunday, but I will try to be here often.
Good. It's
Maybe being my grandson, he's 3, I think he'd love it.
Yeah, we
Because they
yeah. Unity lessons for little kids.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. And we just allowed the kids back in, So
He wears a mask every day and goes to school.
yeah,
He's so good about all that.
it's weird in this time, isn't it? Yeah. So.
I can't wait for it to pass. The fear is strong, but we're going to overcome it.
And our love is coming. That's
It's like
It's going to be hard because it was crazy. I love it. It's a love story.
love that's right. And Unity teaches us that there is no reality that matters. No reality is not force. I agree with that. I don't want to
I'm going to be back.
trying to figure out the right words. Actually, that is the error, is I don't figure out the right words. I just let
You have
the
to
right,
be the vessel.
I have to let the right words come through.
Yeah. And that is the challenge so often. I'm still struggling with that. That's why our struggle is until we awaken.
It's like it's a practice.
It is. It's
We're going to
exact-
struggle, if we're gonna struggle, we get more practice,
I'm
right?
impatient, so I have to remember to be patient.
Yeah, you're patient.
Impatient.
You're impatient.
I'm
yeah.
impatient.
So of
I'm like,
course,
okay, I just want to
Spirit gives
awaken.
you
Can
more.
I just awaken now? Please, I'll do whatever.
No,
Yeah,
you have to practice. Well, you could technically. you
Yeah,
know,
Willie, it
if you
does
could
happen
just
to
let
people,
go.
but it's when you, it has to be not our say, not our doing. Like when Eckhart Tolle or somebody says, it just happened. I'm like, oh, he must have really been out of it for a
Yeah, hit bottom. He was on the street when that happened.
I've hit bottom many times. It didn't work for me.
Well, it's really lovely to meet you. I look forward to more interactions. Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. I'll show you. I'm going that way.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the seasons bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way with lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 102. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, hello everyone. It is so wonderful to have you here with us on this beautiful Sunday morning. How is everybody? For those of you I haven't met yet, my name is Reverend Ken Daigle, and actually my name's Ken. My title's Reverend, and my last name's Daigle, so all put together. It just felt wrong when I said it. This is Tyler.
Hey everybody. Hi, Ken.
And we're so glad you're here this morning. And it is no accident that I am doing a dozen things right now, getting everything ready, because today's talk and the whole lighting of the wreath today is about peace. So the universe is providing me every opportunity to be still and peaceful. And so I'm going to take it. I'm going to take the advantage of this moment and relax into this moment, to be with each and every one of you, to remember the truth of who I am and who you are. Right? No matter what is going on in the outside world.
Right.
No matter what is showing up for us to handle.
Right. The busyness of the holiday season, but I take a moment to practice being still again.
And to remember that in every moment we have everything we need. Right? Amen. We'll say yes to that. And as you see, we've already lit the first candle. We lit that last Sunday on the Advent wreath. Here we lit the candle for faith, that knowing, and we're going to talk more about it again this week, but that knowing that Spirit, universe, God, whatever you want to call it, is at work, and that we can peacefully go through life, serenely inhabit.
Right.
And one of the ways we get to do that is in the face of lack, in the face of not enough, in the face of pain and hurt, we get to show up and be the cure, be the help, be the very thing the world is calling for. So at this holiday season, we show up as Santa. Right? So we're collecting toys for families experiencing homelessness or on the verge of homelessness in shelters, and working with our dear member, Nelson Barry, who founded Urban Angels.
Yep. The founder, creator of Urban Angels SF, Nelson.
Yeah. And what we do is we provide the unwrapped toys for children in families who are struggling right now, knowing that we have more than enough and that there is more than enough in the universe. We show up. We invite you for one more week. Next week is the last week we're going to be collecting them. So bring in your toys. Bring in gift cards for those teenagers who we can never get the right present for. So we get them the gift cards so they can get what they really need and want. So I invite you to have it sent here, to check out our website where you can click a link on the website in the toy drive, and it will take you right to the list of things that are needed. And bring it in unwrapped this week, and we'll make sure that it gets to those kids before the holidays arrive. So thank you for doing that. Now it's time to start this service. What's most important?
Right.
Prayer.
Yes.
So I invite Misa to come forward and our band to lead us in this next section. And I invite you to get comfortable. So let this chair that you're sitting in actually physically hold you. To release all the muscles that you've been holding on too tightly to. And to let the floor in this 110-year-old building support you as well. And then let Misa's words, the lyrics, the tones, and this music take you deeper.
How can we have peace in the Middle East when there's none at home? How can we have understanding in the land when there's none in the woman, and there's none in the man. How can we heal the wounds of the world if we cannot heal our own? And where does this peace on earth begin if not in the home? Where do we go now? Do we let the shadows in, or do we stand up and fight? Surely we know how to conquer our fears, bring an end to the violence, put an end to the tears. How can we heal if we cannot heal our own? And where does this peace on earth begin if not here at home? Well, there's too much talk about it, and too many walk without it. Tell me, where is love? Where is the God in your life? To my left, a woman's abusing her children. To my right, he's beating his wife. Where is the love? Where is God in your life? How can we heal the wounds of the world if we cannot heal our own? And where does this peace on earth begin? Where does this peace on earth begin if not at home? If not at home.
At home. Home right here in the center of our being. That place of infinite connection. I invite you to take a deep breath now and let these words become your words. Holy Spirit, as we move through this day and this season, as we move through this time of life, we open ourselves to being peace in the world, to being wholeness in the face of lack and misery, to being present for ourselves, our loved ones, and everyone on earth. For in the midst of all of the pain, in the midst of all of the strife, we know, we affirm, and we celebrate the truth that you are at work in us, as us, and through us. For there is nowhere that we go that God is not. Nothing we do that is not divinely infused. Nothing we attempt that we ever do alone. In this truth, in this understanding, in this moment, we celebrate that God and I are one. and that every step I take is secure, guided, illumined. Every word I speak can be holy and pure. That every thought I think can be lifted higher and higher in consciousness so that we become the peace the world needs. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. Thank you. Our prayer chaplains have been holding the space here for us. And online, our prayer chaplains who are online, and to all of our friends with us in Zoom and on the internet, I say welcome and thank you for being here. It is our pleasure to serve you. And we are blessed by praying with you. So if there's something that you have on your heart and your soul, I invite you to click the button on our website right now, or if you're here in the room, to fill out a prayer request form and pray with a prayer chaplain. Pray with us. We not only pray with you here, the prayer chaplains will be available after service, but we'll hold you in prayer all week. Every week I get the prayers that you leave in the box and the prayers you leave online. And Reverend Deanne and I hold you in consciousness along with the prayer chaplains, knowing that, like I just said, God is at work. Even when we can't see it or feel it, we know that's true. So we're here to help. And I invite Tyler back up now too, as we talk about a couple other things getting ready for the rest of service. Tyler.
Thank you, Ken. Another way to connect with us is through the spiritual connection card. So if you don't already have a bulletin, you're here in the sanctuary, just raise your hand and the ushers can bring you a bulletin. But also if you're viewing with us online, there's a spiritual connection card button just below the video, or there's a link for connection card in the chat if you're on Facebook or YouTube. And the first part of the connection card is just letting us know who you are and how you found out about Unity San Francisco. We're going to return to this a little bit later in the service. There's also a spot that Ken mentioned for prayer requests. So we'll have more about the spiritual connection card in just a moment. I'm excited for the Advent wreath for our second week. I think we're also lighting the menorah as well.
So I'm going to invite Marty up to platform right now too. He's one of our prayer chaplains and one of our longtime members here. But Marty, from what it looks like here too, you didn't grow up in Unity, did you?
You know, you are so
I need to get you a microphone. Yep.
Ken, you are so perceptive.
And it's still not working. Okay. I'm going to try it one more time. Did we do this, guys? No. Okay. I'm going to go grab that orange microphone right there, Marty. See the orange one with the orange tape on it? And I'm going to hand this off to the sound team. Checklist. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Now you're on it. How you doing?
Thank you for your perception, your beauty, your light, and your love.
Yeah, oh, you're welcome. And Marty is one of our loves. A mensch.
A mensch.
A mensch.
By the way, if someone doesn't know what mensch means, it's a person who knows the right thing to do and does it.
Oh, I love that definition.
Many of us know what the right thing to do is, but we don't always do it.
Yeah.
And that's the challenge.
Yeah. When I moved to New York, I grew up in New Orleans, and when I moved to New York, I was talking to my mom one day on the phone, and I said, yeah, I just spent the whole day schlepping around the city. She said, boy, you are a New Yorker now. For those of you who don't know what schlep means, it means to carry. Oi.
With an oi.
With a big old oi. Cleo, also we need the light. Thank you so much. It takes a village here. So Marty, I'm gonna light. What's this called again? The shamus. You're gonna hold your microphone closer so they can hear that.
The shamus, yes.
The shamus. I'll light the
lead
shamus,
candle.
and then I'm gonna let you light the others. Okay? All right. And then you're gonna say the prayer.
And I'm going to do the short version if someone would like to join me. Anyone, please.
Do you like it from this one?
Yes, of course. Duh. Baruch atah
Pray that they stay in the candle holder.
Eloheinu melech olam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvosav v'tzivonu lahadlik ner shel Chanukah.
Yay! And since tonight is the last night of Hanukkah, I thought I would also share that in English for those of us who don't speak Hebrew or sing Hebrew as well as Marty does. In English, the rough translation is, "Blessed are you, our God, ruler of the universe, who makes us holy through your commandments and commands us to light the Hanukkah lights." In unity, we have a different understanding of what God and Spirit is and what Scripture might mean. And we have a metaphysical interpretation. So when we say, "Blessed are you, our God," when we are saying is, blessed are we in our highest. Blessed are all of us when we act from our divine making. Of all the universe is working for us. You who make us holy through your commandments is when we live in principle, when we live in accordance with divine law, we are whole. We are special. We are holy. And commands us to light the Hanukkah lights means all of us have this inner drive to step up, to be a mensch, to be the best person, human, spiritual being we can be. So when we light the Hanukkah or the Advent candles, we're reminding ourselves that we are one with all of the divine energy of the universe, and that this day is holy because we step up and make it so. And so it is. Amen.
And our similarities are so great, so much greater than our differences, and the light and the breath and the love that we all have, the oneness that unity teaches, is so much shared in Judaism and every single religion and every single belief system. And so it is.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you. And so now I'm going to invite the music team to come back to platform, and I'm going to invite all of us to get ready to express our inner joy and our inner wholeness in song. So we have a song we're going to sing here. I invite you at home, not just to sit back and enjoy it, which is pretty fun, but also if you're willing to stand up and sing along. The words will be on the screen with you. And here in the room, I invite you all to stand, and there's noisemakers around the room too. I invite you to make a joyful noise with us. Hey, all the good.
I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do.
One more time.
I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good I can do. I cannot do
all the good
all the good
that the world
that this world
needs.
needs.
But the world
This world
needs all the good
needs all the good
that I can do.
that I can do. You
Cannot do
cannot do
all the good
that
the world
that this world
needs.
needs.
But the world
This world
needs all the good
needs all the good
that
you can do. We
cannot do
cannot do
all the good
all the good
that the world
that this world
needs.
needs.
But
this world
needs all the good
needs all the good
that we can do.
Yes. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good I can do. You cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good you can do. We cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good we can do. Say it again, cause the world needs all the good we can do. One more time, cause the world needs all the good we can do.
Greet your neighbor with a gesture of love, respecting social distance,
All
bump
right.
elbows, share your
Greet
love.
your neighbor with a handshake or a hug. Respect social distancing, elbows, toe taps, all that goodness. Happy Sunday.
Here, this gets turned on. Yeah, now can you hear me? Can you hear me? Thanks. We have a new sound guy on today, and he's got his hands full, but we're keeping up. Yay. Hi, Susan. Hey. All right, I'll let some other people say hi. Say hi. To kick it back to the stage and to Misa Malone back on platform. And if you haven't had a chance to say hi to everybody yet, we'll have some chances after. Misa, take it away.
Good morning. Always a pleasure to hug and be, and I'm gonna use that church word, fellowship. Be in fellowship and in community with all of you. We will have more time later downstairs. We'll be in connection and community with our folks on Zoom as well as with each other in person. But let's get to the day. And today is all about Advent, right? And today we're celebrating peace, and Ken will be up shortly to light the peace candle. And the thing about peace, I think, is a little maligned at times, the understanding of what it actually is. So we have these booklets, A Christmas to Remember. They should be in the seat back pocket in front of you or behind you if you're in the front row. And we're on Saturday, December 11th, because that's the day they're talking about peace. So let me read to you what it says. I think you might want to take it home and maybe pray on it, meditate on it, embody it. Despite our continuous quest for spiritual growth and expanded consciousness, we sometimes encounter situations that challenge and even shake us to our very core. However, we have been advised in Scripture that there is a peace available to us that is greater than and beyond all human understanding. The question then becomes, how do I attain that peace in the midst of a storm or in the middle of a confrontation with someone who does not appear to be listening? Know first that peace is not attained. It simply is. We must deliberately choose the experience of peace through our thinking and feeling. In your mind, picture the peace you desire. Focus on that desire by directing all your thoughts and feelings to it, setting aside the situation that troubles you. See peace, calm peace, claim peace. Feel peace in the very depths of your being. As you hold that picture of peace in mind, see peace permeating your body from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. Feel it wrapping its presence around you like a warm, soft blanket. Then simply rejoice in the presence and give thanks. Rejoice in the presence. Bask in the glow. Wrap it around you. Peace. So we have an affirmation that we're going to say today. I'm going to read it once. I invite you to say it with me. Peace is established in me, awaiting my call. Can you know that with me? Peace is established in me, awaiting my call. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Misa. That was beautiful. And that booklet, if you haven't gotten it, is available in the seats back in front of you, and we've mailed them to everyone who's an active member here. But if you didn't get one, write us at the office. We'd be glad to send one to you. Both Deanne and I have written some of the passages in this year's book. So now what we're going to do is take this opportunity to light the candle for peace. And at home, if you're ready and willing, I invite you at this moment or somewhere along the line to take the opportunity to light a physical candle. And here with us in the room today, I invite you to light a candle in your heart, in your mind, in your very consciousness, and know that the peace that passes all understanding is available to you right here and now. Brittany. Well, Brittany Gilmore is going to tell us a little bit more about peace.
I will stay true, even when the lies come. My heart remains true, even when my thoughts don't line up. I will stand tall on each promise I made. Let the rest fade away. There's a peace far beyond all understanding. May it ever set my heart at ease. Dare anxiety come, I'll remember that peace is a promise I keep. Peace is a promise I keep. I will stay true, even in the chaos. My heart remains true, even when my mind wreaks havoc. I will be still, for I've known all along my heart's song. There's a peace far beyond all understanding. May it ever set my heart at ease. What anxiety fails to remember, His peace is a promise I keep. And peace is a promise I keep. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Love is peace to a restless soul. Peace when my thoughts wage war. Peace to an anxious heart. Oh, that's what love is. That's what love is. Love is peace when my fear grows bold, and peace when I feel enclosed. Peace when I lose control. Oh, that's what love is. That's what love is. I found peace far beyond all understanding. Let it flow when my mind's under siege. All anxiety bows in the presence of love, the bringer of peace. And peace is a promise I keep. And peace is a promise I keep. Peace is a promise I keep. Thank you.
Brittany Gilmore. Thank you, sweetheart. And who do we keep that to? If peace is a promise we keep, who are we keeping that promise to? Right? You all may have an answer, and every answer is correct. And I'd like to add that the most important is that we keep that promise to our highest self. That we keep it to that calling deep within our soul to know peace in a new way. Right? One of our main teachings here at Unity is that we are not human beings having a spiritual experience, but rather we are spiritual beings having a human one. Right? So the world frequently gets it wrong. And we are part of the world, so we frequently get it wrong. We think that we are having this experience, and that our experience of the pain, of the struggle, of the battle, of the fight, in the overcoming, is what we're really here for. Whereas when you come at it from the idea that we're spiritual beings having a human experience, maybe the struggle and the fight and the battle is for us to not engage in, but to bring something else to. If our proposition is correct, and that we are spiritual beings incarnated in these bodies to have a human experience, then what do we want to make of this human experience? Do we want to wallow in the pain and the suffering? You know, and I love the phrase too, not mine, but you may have heard it, that pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. Right? We're all going to experience pain in this human form. Try and navigate life without it. We're going to cut ourselves. Our feelings might get hurt. We might hurt others' feelings. We might experience something that just breaks us on a psychological or a emotional level. But suffering is a choice to wallow in that pain without realizing that there is something more for us to do and to be. So this talk today is really not from a place of, oh, I've got this. It's from a place of, oh boy, is this lesson here again. Right? Because I too have been in this world this week, this last 2 years, this, lifetime, and I'm experiencing in my own life, in my own family, in my own experience, the psychological and emotional pain of living inside of a pandemic, of grieving on multiple levels for all the people we've lost, that we don't even have time or space to even talk about, it seems. And that cannot be ignored. We ignore it at our own psychological well-being peril, right? Our psychological peril. But we don't have to suffer to grieve. Grief for me is defined as an act of love. It's experiencing the separation, the seeming separation from something that we love dearly and have valued. And that is a ritual and a process and an emotion that is to be honored. I want to be really clear about that. And at the same time, to understand that we don't know all there is to know. Can you get that? We don't know all there is, and certainly not all there is to know. We don't know why things happen in this life. That's part of the human experience. People are going to leave us. For a moment, for a lifetime, it seems, and they will no longer physically be here. But that doesn't mean that it's bad. But we frequently make that bad in our thinking, in our holding on so tightly to the belief that it's not supposed to be this way. 100% of your pain, 100% of any amount of pain you are feeling right now is caused by your belief that it shouldn't be the way it is. Think about that. Isn't that the definition of insanity? Looking at something that is and saying it shouldn't be that way. It's not so that situation's not supposed to be that difficult. That person wasn't supposed to leave. That person wasn't supposed to die. According to, right? According to a story that we've made up, that we've tried to live out by force of will, saying, no, this isn't going to happen. And what do we sacrifice by doing that? Peace. And more than peace, much more than peace, serenity. Serenity. Serene living. Peace is a word that often gets misused, but I love this quote too. Peace is not the absence of conflict, but the ability to cope with it. Right? Mahatma Gandhi. Because we can have a peace treaty, we can draw a neutral zone, we can have relationships where someone demands for something to be their way and the other person acquiesces, but they're not peaceful about their acquiescence, right? And we've all experienced that. And there's tension in the room, even though we're at peace, right? We have a peace treaty signed. So is there peace now? With everybody's got their guns in the back room waiting for the violence to erupt any moment? Serenity, for me, is something bigger than that. Serenity, for me, is about really understanding that I am not in charge. I am not in charge of how this is going to work out. But the one, that energy that I call the divine, and it would be really clear again about what unity teaches. We don't believe that there's a God up there or out there or a God that's absent, but that actually the divine, the energy we call spirit, God, whatever, universe, is constantly active, working in us, in every cell and atom of our bodies, as us, in every word and action we take, and in everything and everyone here. There is no place, absolutely no place that isn't holy, that isn't filled with the divine. But what we have in our human experience is the ability to put blinders on, to turn our back to recognizing it, to call something bad, evil, wrong, troubled. And in doing that, because we are invested with this power of this human experience, we create it. We create the bad in our thinking. It's not supposed to be that way. They shouldn't behave that way. That's evil incarnate. When it is just a mistake. A sin, you would hear in traditional scripture, and we've talked about this before. Sin is actually an archery term. It means missing the mark. Oh, that's all it means, is someone made a mistake. But sometimes we, in our self-righteousness, and I speak for myself, can make someone else's mistake a fatal flaw. And when I make them fatally flawed, I step out of my own experience of their wholeness and my own wholeness. Because if they're fatally flawed, it probably means I am too. Right? And I've stepped out of the serenity of knowing and understanding that we're all just doing our best. And we are all divine in expression. And I step out of the possibility of calling them up lovingly. Right? Lovingly. Brittany was just singing about it, about how love makes the difference. And next week we light the candle for love. We're doing it linearly, but it's not linear, right? They're all intertwined. They're all part of the wholeness of what we would call the Christ consciousness or the Buddha consciousness or the angel consciousness, Krishna consciousness, that heightened consciousness. So, real clear again, Christ, if you got triggered by me saying that, is not a person. Christ is a consciousness, a way of life. Jesus of Nazareth's name was not Jesus Christ. His name was Jesus of Nazareth, right? And he had physical parents who lived and walked on the earth. And like us, he also had divine lineage. And what he expressed was the epitome, according to some scriptures, of that Christ consciousness. But he's not the only one who can do it. He says in the Gospel of John, this, all that I do and more you shall do. Right? In his own words, according to the Gospel of John, but that's a whole other talk. But I digress. We all have that ability, because if he came to show the way and to be the light, what good is it unless all of us can take the same path and be the light? Of what good is it that one person would come and be the only one who could express this wholeness, this divinity, this healing, this miraculous? Well, we know that the miracles attributed to Jesus in the Gospels are performed every day in every hospital around the globe. The dead come to life. The blind see, right? The hearing have their hearing restored. The lame and the sick walk, get up off the mat, get out of the bed, and walk out. But there's also something more. What takes away my peace at certain moments, what takes away the serenity of the moment, is my belief that this is it. I gotta get it right now. And as I shared with you last week, there's a poem by our poet laureate, James Dillett Freeman. He was a Unity minister and a poet, and he also was the head of the Unity Divinity School. He's no longer on the planet, physically. But in his poem, The Traveler, beautifully scarred here, Marty, by one of the Hanukkah candles that fell over. Perfect little circle on it. There's a verse in the poem that goes, "Our life did not begin with birth and is not of this earth. And that which we call death is no more than the opening and closing of a door. And in your house, how many rooms must be beyond this one where we rest momentarily?" This journey we get to go on is for us. Nelson and I talk about this all the time. Right? This journey is for us. So the conflict, the pain, the struggle is for us. And when we come to it with that understanding that this is just no more than the opening and closing of a door, then anything we face, a diagnosis, the loss of a loved one, the loss of a relationship or a job, is just a change that we get to be serene in. Now, trust me, there have been moments in my life this week where I was anything but serene. Anything but. And I get to choose again this moment. And the next. And the next. And it's not about being perfect. It's about being this human being on a spiritual journey. This human being on its magnificent, holy, marvelous spiritual journey. Let's take that to our time of meditation. I'm going to invite Brittany to come back up and lead us in a song that will help us to get there and maybe remind us that everything is an inside job. So I invite you to get comfortable. Once again, to let the chair hold you. To let the floor support you. And to let these words transport you.
This inner space has the power to set us free. It's the cavern of creation and the truth of you and me. This inner space, an eternity of time. It's the moment of the holy now and all the allness that is mine. This inner space contains all that we need. From deep within the invisible flows the living air we breathe. This inner space is flowing in my bones. It stirs my heart, it stirs my mind. Every prayer I've ever known. And I say, breathe. Just breathe. Now breathe. This peace, this inner space is the ocean of our souls. And when we feel the most broken, the truth is we are whole. This inner space connects us one to all. And though it would never push us, it can break down every wall. So I say, breathe. Just breathe. Now breathe this peace.
Just breathe. Here in this moment lies infinite possibility. So whatever you've brought with you today, look at it. What emotional baggage, trouble, concern, worry that has come in the room with you is here for you. Just observe how you react and interact with it. No judgment, no right or wrong, just opportunity to see clearly that everything is conspiring for your highest good. That may mean that you must shift, you must change to receive it. Think about some past trouble you may have brought, experienced, lived through. Did it leave? Did it shift? Did it change? Why wouldn't this one? Why won't this one? In this moment, in this breath and this meditation, we have the possibility to see, to know, and to experience life differently. Feel what you feel. And know that the divine Spirit itself has so much in store for you. More than you can ever imagine. More than you can dream. But everything you deserve. Live into your worthiness right here, right now, in the beauty of the silence. With the grace of a pause, we get to see things differently. With the gift of time, we know what's truly possible. And with the advent of higher consciousness, we shift, we grow, and we learn, so that we may bring wholeness and life to the planet, peace that passes all understanding.
This inner space invites us to renew in all our endless choosing. We become the chosen to this inner space. It never knows the past. In a quiet place you can hear it, and it might just make you laugh. So I say, breathe, just breathe, now breathe this peace of this inner space.
Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, everyone. This practicing of peace together, we create this energy that we all feel together, all of us in this room and online. And anyone who watches this video in the future, peace is for you to, right in this moment, we are practicing. The holiday season just reminds me to do it again. We're practicing. So one of the ways that we practice is this spiritual practices of the week. If you look at your bulletin, there's that spiritual connection card. And so I invite you to check out these intentions, that if these feel right to you, see how these sentences feel. Right now, I'm choosing to notice when I'm pulled off center. For me, this keeps happening at 3 a.m. I wake up with something, and I say to myself, wait a minute, don't buy in, don't push against it, but notice, Tyler, notice what this thing is. And right now when I'm awake, more awake, I say, I notice again. And I choose to be still and to remember the truth. I choose when I'm more fully awake, when I'm inspired by moments together, by moments in this sanctuary, I choose to let the world spin. I choose to let it all go. The things that I cannot control. And I choose to know that there is more than I know. So whichever ones of these speak to you, I invite you to fill out a spiritual connection card. There's even a space to put in a prayer request, like we mentioned earlier, or set your own intention. I wrote down, I am the clean and open space of peace. Let me know that right now for tomorrow's 3 a.m. for me again, right? Practicing. So we invite you to leave your spiritual connection card in the basket at the top of the stairs as you leave the sanctuary. The reverends, another part of this connection is that then they read your card, whether it's digital, online, whether it's here in the physical space, then they agree with you again. They'll read it and say, Tyler is that clean and open space of peace. So that power of agreement. Now, we also practice giving and receiving. We try to make it as easy as possible. One really nice way to give to Unity San Francisco using your cell phone. You can text Unity SF and send that to 44321. You can also click the button just below the video if you're on our website. Click the donation link in the chat if you're on Facebook or YouTube. Even in the future, the link still works. If you're here in the sanctuary, there's a little white envelope to donate to Unity San Francisco. It's in the chair pocket in front of you. With your connection card, leave it at the basket at the top of the stairs. And we always talk about Again, our intention. Why do we give and receive at Unity San Francisco? So let's welcome Ken Daigle to talk about why he gives.
So I asked, we usually have someone else do this, but I asked to do it this week because, as I mentioned in my talk, I frequently am not peaceful, right? My music director's laughing out loud, right? And when I came into a Unity church, I was living in New York City, not known for peaceful, right? Living in Manhattan, and walked into a Unity church, and there was amazing, amazing lessons, and I needed it. I was living in the middle of another pandemic, the AIDS pandemic, and I needed that peace. I needed that place, and I needed the teachings. And someone had built it and given to it and shared for it so that it was there for me when I needed it. So it is my pleasure now to give, so that when you walk in this door or listen to this video for the first time, it's here for you, free of charge. And free of charge, because this teaching isn't mine. I just get to share it and pass it on, right? And that's the gift, right? It's the gift. And then this physical building, I've said before, 111 years ago, a community built it. It's built, Stephen Podesta is here today. He's our project manager, and we have taken apart the walls, and we've seen the huge trunks of redwood trees that were cut down to build this in 1909. They're extraordinary. We've climbed up into the attic, into the rafters, and seen the beams that were sawn and put into place that we get to be secure and comforted in right now. And this week, we've had an experience that has been beautiful and not entirely peaceful. And I wanted to share a little bit about it with you real quick. So I wanted to share with you, that's interesting. Oh, all the formatting didn't transfer. Okay, so that's fine. Anyway, this is what the chandelier looked like when we bought the building. This is what this room looked like when we bought the building. There was an organ behind where I'm standing, and the chandelier, if you never saw it before, was solid iron. It weighed about 300 pounds, as best we can describe, and it was painted gold. It was not gold, and needed some severe rewiring. So we had a concept that we could change that. And it took a team, and I want to describe to you the team it took to do that. It's not like changing a light fixture in your house. On Monday, after months and months of preparation that involved Stephen, that involved the design company for the new chandelier, that involved the structural engineers so that we were sure that the new one wouldn't fall on you, even in an earthquake, a team showed up that we had contracted once before but had to cancel because the chandelier got lost in transit. And they built a tower of scaffolding from where you're sitting here in the middle all the way up to the ceiling. It took 3 men hours to unload it from the truck, hand carry it up the stairs, and it took me all morning to move all the chairs out of the way until that was built in encasing our old chandelier. And the next day, a team of 3 electricians showed up to take that one apart. One of them in the attic, 2 of them on the chandelier, as they took every element apart and took it down the scaffolding piece by piece. Day 3, we show up. You see, that's them taking it all down one by one. That was the vestiges of the last chandelier. And then on day 3, we figured out how to put this one up. Now, when we took the old one down, there were lots of surprises and lots of things that I insisted on, as Stephen will tell you later at hospitality. Made him redo it all right there on the spot. Not my most peaceful moment, but my most determined, I think he would say. And so we called the structural engineer, we called the electricians, and we figured out how to mount it in what I think is a better way. And we figured it out. But at that same moment, the city decided to replace a light pole, electric pole across the street, and turned out all the power on the whole block. Surprise! Now, I did find out that they had given us notice, but it was sitting on our bookkeeper's desk and had never gotten to me. Oops. So I didn't know that they were going to turn off the electricity that day. So we had to send all 3 electricians and all of us home, and we showed back up the next morning where we get to unwrap it from its wrapping, set the angles of all the discs, the spinning discs, and then finally to light it. And we got to choose what color light it was going to be and try and figure out some other mechanics about how all this was going to work. And then on Friday, the 5th day in a row of being here at 8 a.m., they started to take down the scaffolding. So the crew came back, another 3 people came back and dismantled the scaffolding so that we could clean the room and be ready for you here. That's it coming back down, and our new chandelier. So for those of you at home who can't see it, there's a picture of it, but Thomas might be able to give you a live shot of it too from camera 3. And I know some of you are sitting right underneath it. This has been a project that has taken months of painstaking detail, planning, and work. And it is a gift. We chose it specifically because it is modern. In this 111-year-old building, we wanted a very modern statement of who we are. That yes, we are a spiritual community, we are a church, for lack of a better word, but we are also about innovation, about the cosmos, about the universe, and that universal energy is reflected in the chandelier. So this is a gift. This is a gift that was able to be found by our project manager, that we didn't have to custom make it. So it came much cheaper than we had thought, and then we spent all the money on taking the old one down and putting this one up. So it came out to the same price. But the other, if we had to have it custom made too, it would have been even twice as much. All that to say that it's available for sponsoring. Your name can be on this chandelier now. My name's on that window, Nelson's is on that one, Carol's and the Harvey family and Misa are on that one, Deanne's is on this one. There are lots of opportunities for us to give. And the next person who comes in here, who is feeling broken, who's experiencing suffering, who is in pain, comes into this place of love, of giving, of receiving, and is able to receive. So if you're inspired to sponsor something here, to sponsor this building for the next person, I invite you to speak to me or any one of our board members after service. We have an affirmation that goes, I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive. Can we know that together? I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive. Yeah. And now the ushers are going to come around with baskets for you right now. So if you have a love offering you want to give, you can put it in the baskets, which are coming right now. Elizabeth, if you could help them with this part, that'd be great. Thank you. And Tyler is going to come up, and we're going to just do some quick announcements. Tyler, you take it the first 2.
Right. We are so happy to be gathering here in person every Sunday. Come and join us. We just asked everybody to bring your proof of vaccination so that we know that at the door everybody has been checked, and therefore in the sanctuary you can choose to wear your mask. You can choose what is feeling comfortable and safe for you. We follow the city and county protocols all the time. But join us here in person. Join us online via Zoom. To everybody out there, hello.
All right, deck the halls.
And we also have our Christmas event in 2 weeks, Tuesday.
Today. Everything is today.
This is today. Ken's going to tell you more about December. But today, right now, we have 2 Christmas trees downstairs. They're partially decorated. We pull all of our Christmas decorations out from storage. So stay with us during the celebration downstairs with food and coffee and friendship. But also, we get to enjoy that decorating of Christmas trees downstairs together. Right after service.
Starting in January, I'm teaching a new Absolute Abundance course. It's called A Year of Abundance, and it literally is going to be a year, 11 months long. We're going to start the last Wednesday in January. It's going to be a 2-hour Zoom class. We will do that monthly on the last Wednesday of every month, where we'll get to come together and experience and practice abundance. Then there'll be a small group happening midway through I can hear my son experiencing his abundance of joy. Midweek, mid-month,
Yes.
come together in a small group, and also a one-on-one coaching with me. Like all the Absolute Abundance courses, they're designed to be transformational. They're designed to shift us to experience the abundance of the world. So I invite you to consider joining us. It's limited to 25 people, so sign up soon.
Yep, spots are already filling up.
Oh, yeah.
Go to the website, find out more, the Year of Abundance. And then we're also having our annual Unity Holiday Party. Now, we, of course, had that suspended, so it's back on the calendar. We didn't do it last year, but this year it is next Sunday, right after service. We're going to the Daigle Schramm household, Ken's house.
Estate.
The estate, okay, the estate, right? So everybody is invited to come and join us next Sunday, right after service. If you need more information or if you'd like to coordinate a ride, just send an email to office@unitysf.com. We're very excited to be celebrating together like we do on Sunday mornings, but this year, the annual holiday party at Ken's house.
It's being catered. The caterer is off the hook, and we planned it yesterday, so please come. Please join us. Holiday events. I'm sorry, I went too fast for that. So we're doing a holiday holiday caroling next Tuesday, not this Tuesday, but the next Tuesday, the 14th, out on the street as a gift to the community. So please join us for that and sing carols. The Christmas service is on the 19th. The 19th, we celebrate Christmas. We're taking the 26th, which is the next Sunday, off, so that all the staff can be with their families. So if they have to travel or they stay home, we will rebroadcast the service from the 19th via our live stream on the 26th. Okay, just so you're clear. And then, sorry, what's last?
Yes, candle lighting.
Then we'll have our annual burning bowl and white stone ceremony starting in January.
Right.
So lots going on.
Right.
Check out our website. Take your bulletin home. There's more information back there.
Yes, every year we do the candle lighting. We also do the burning bowl at the end of the year. Then we do the setting of our intentions white stone ceremony. So all of this is planned again this year. Now, we also have our yoga, affirmative breath yoga. This is with our own physical therapist, Dr. Natasha Rain O'Connor. Sunday, today, right after service, 12:30 to 1:15, and on Tuesdays from 5 to 6. Thank you.
Right. There
Yes,
won't be
there's
one
a
here
couple
on the
days.
12th because we're all going up to my house to party.
Right.
Okay.
So, but come and join us. Check the website for the correct dates to make sure that we're really meeting. But thank you, Rain. I love coming to Tuesdays and Sundays with this yoga. So it's another way for us to practice together love and light and peace.
Great. So, blessing of the children. Quickly, I didn't hear this affirmation when I was a child. I doubt many of us did unless we were raised in unity. But I want to say it now and invite you to hear it for your child, your inner child. You are God's perfect expression of divine life. We see you and we love you exactly the way you are. Can we know that for our inner child and for all the world's children, please? You are God's perfect expression of divine life. We see you and
we
love
love you exactly the way you are.
And so it is.
So it is. Oh, thank you to everybody that helps make Unity San Francisco continue to live and to flourish. Thank you to our governing board. Thank you to the prayer chaplains, to Reverend Ken, Reverend Deanne, to the music team, to audiovisual. Thank you, Garrett, our new guy on AV, and Brian and Thomas.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, everybody, for all of this, and everybody who attends, both here in the sanctuary and online. We together create this practicing of peace, this practicing of the divinity that is already within us. So just thank you. Thank you, everyone.
So I'm going to invite the music team to come up, and I'm going to go over our closing affirmation as they get into place. So for our closing song, which is, we're bending tradition again with our closing song. Come on up, guys. But we have this affirmation that we created about a year ago in the height of the social justice unrest, in the height of the Rodney King, Rodney King, going back, George Floyd killing, and the decades and decades and centuries of racial and social injustice in this country and the world. So we created this. It says, I lovingly create a world of safety, equity, and equality. And it's ours to do. So I invite you to affirm it with me. I lovingly create a world of safety, equity, and equality. And so it is. I invite you to stand as you're willing and able and to stay current to these new lyrics and this new rhythm as Misa takes it away.
So this is an old favorite. This is a traditional song done an untraditional way. You ready? Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Sing, choirs of angels, sing in exaltation. Sing, all ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God, glory in the highest. Oh, come, let us adore her. Oh, come, let us adore her. Oh, come, let us adore her, Christ the Lord. Yea, Lord, we greet thee, born this happy morning. Christ, to thee be all glory given. Word of the Spirit, now in flesh appearing. Oh, come, let us adore them. Oh, come, let us adore them. Oh, come, let us adore them, Christ. One more time. Come, let us adore them. Oh, come, let us adore them. Oh, come, let us adore them.